What's going on, everybody? My name is Havenand, and what I've learned doing this kind of content is that if you are to fail, you just simply need to try again. On the 21st of October, I tried surviving 100 days in Minecraft Ultra Hardcore mode. For those who have watched that video, you'll know that 34 days in I kind of exploded a little bit. But I knew that as soon as I died, I was determined to do it again. Here's all you need to know about this video. I'm going to survive 100 days of Minecraft days, not real life days, in Minecraft Hardcore, which means if I die, the world is permanently deleted, so there's no second chances here. The world is also permanently on hard difficulty, so each mob will do the max amount of damage they can possibly do. The Ultra to the Ultra Hardcore means that my health does not naturally regenerate. The only way I can heal is with golden apples or potions, though regeneration potions are not allowed. That's pretty much all you need to know. We may as well just jump straight into it. After 5 seconds selling out, over 95% of people are still not subscribed, so please consider doing so. Feel free to join my Discord, follow my Twitter, and of course follow my Twitch, twitch.tv/Havenham, because I streamed every day of this on there. And the last little thing to say is just to give out YouTube comment shout out of the day, which I will give to Lily Chili, who just simply says, how does this not have way more views and likes, that you deserve so much more. Lily, I'm really grateful you enjoy the content, and I really hope that you keep enjoying the content, as simple as that. Right then. Let's get into it. Jumping straight into it, on day number 1, I actually got a much better spawn than I did last time. I did the classic get your wood, get your stone tools, and have a run around to find a nice location for a base. During that time, I first found a desert temple which had 2 golden apples in it. Golden apples will heal 2 hearts for me, meaning if I take a bit of damage, I have the ability to heal 4 hearts worth, so I'm covered for the starting days at least. And checking the nearby savannah, I also was able to find a village. There really wasn't anything too amazing in this village, but I was able to sleep there for the night to, miss the night. There was a nearby plains which I headed to on day 2 where I was able to finally start setting up my little base. Just cut down some trees and started a simple house. I knew that I'm not the greatest builder, so if I could just set up something just to keep the mobs away, then it's definitely a good build for me. Between day 3 and 5, my day counts are actually messed up, so I'm not really sure exactly when this happened, but just know it is between day 3 and 5. Firstly, finished my house, got the roof on there so no spiders could jump into it, and after that I went straight caving. I wanted to get full iron armor as quickly as possible, and then skeletons happened. I thought after all my experience with playing Minecraft, skeletons really won't be that much of an issue, but as you can probably tell from the content in the background, I'm currently losing 6 hearts of damage. The 2 golden apples that I got right at the start are already gone, and I'm literally 20 minutes into this world. If I don't book up my game soon, I'm definitely not even going to make it to day 34 at this rate. While sticking around as well, I was able to find 4 diamonds. Not enough for an enchant table, but enough for a diamond pickaxe, which I'll take. And also found this ravine. I'm not a fan of ravines. That's why. That is why. That is why I'm not a fan of ravines. Son of a gun came out of nowhere. Luckily, shields are overpowered. After caving for a little bit longer, I was able to get another golden apple. And there I was again, continuing caving when, you guessed it, more skeletons was doing the damage. I was now down to 2.5 hearts and I decided now would be the time to call it quits. So I just left the cave before I died. I was able to heal 1 last time, which gets me to 4.5 hearts and headed home straight after that. Admittedly, not the best caving trip overall, considering I got no gold and only 4 diamonds. But you know what? We'll adapt to the situation. I'm sure we can find a way out of this mess. On day 6, because of the water pools around me, I decided to cover them up just so mobs couldn't sneak in there whilst the day was on. But of course, whilst I was doing that, there was a sneaky little skeleton in one of them, and well, there goes even more damage. I'm now down to only 2 hearts, which is a very scary situation to be. I then decided to Donald Trump it up, let's say, and build a wall. I was able to heal 1 more time before going back caving. I realized I didn't want to sit around on low health, even if I was on the surface just building a house. 1 sneaky creeper and this is all over. And so I found a new caving spot, dug down, and actually found a spider spawner. And you know what spawners sometimes have? Golden apples. It's weird because I am actually getting the look of the golden apples, but I'm just being stupid and keep taking the damage. If I could just cut out half the damage I take, I would be flying in this world. I also found some diamonds in a nearby cave. Finally have enough for those enchants. I was caving all the way through the night and found a mine shaft on day 8. And throughout the day and night, I actually had a really good caving trip. I finished with 29 diamonds and I was able to heal up a bunch before, more skeletons. I didn't really think on day 9 I'd have this many diamonds, but I really wasn't going to complain. plane. I decided the best thing to do was really just to make diamond tools and a bit of diamond armor. I could have made full diamond and been 100% secure, but I felt like everything would have been a bit more efficient, better working if I had diamond tools. So I made one of every diamond tool except a diamond hoe and managed to get 3/4 diamond, only missing the helmet. So the next time I go in a cave, I don't think I'm going to take as much damage. I also started some long-term plans, mainly making a cow and chicken farm. I'll breed those over time so I'll never run out of food at any point. Also, with the spare diamonds I had, I decided to make an enchant table, though I decided to hold off on the enchants because I wanted to level 30 everything. I just at the time thought there was no point in putting protection 1, protection 2 on my diamond armor when I could potentially get protection 4 if I just waited. So I thought if I just hold off on it, I'll come back to it when I've got some more bookshelves, when I've bred the cows, when I start a sugarcane farm. We'll just hold off on it for now. On day 10, I was thinking about other farms I could do. I wanted to make a carrot, a potato farm. The whole farming situation needed to be addressed because if not, you know, cows and chickens, I'd eventually probably run out of them even if I were able to breed them. And in a nearby area, I found a new village where I was able to find both carrots and potatoes. And on the way back, here's a classic little bit of full damage. Not like I'll need that heart, no biggie. On day 11, someone in chat actually recommended something to me that I didn't even think about at the time, and that was, I should go get some suspicious stew. Suspicious stew is a craft that was added to Minecraft probably in the later versions, where you take 2 mushrooms and a flower and it gives you a certain type of potion effect. One of those options is regeneration. So if I was able to get the right flower, I'd be able to get regeneration and pretty much instant health. When I was originally told this, I actually thought that it was any flower that would work, so I was just putting daisies and whatever in. Unfortunately, that's not the case, and I learned that on day 12 when I was trying to eat this suspicious stew. Turns out you need an oxide daisy, and that would give you 1.5 hearts back of regeneration. In normal Minecraft, that's useless. Like, you're never going to find a situation where that's useful. In ultra hardcore mode, however, it's pretty damn good. I also started making a little platform in the water, just so I can start putting my plants there once obviously I get the farm working, and I was able to finish it on day 13. It really isn't that much, but for what I want it for, it'll work like a charm. On day 14 and 15, I also started planting to the funky beat. I do have a bit of bone meal, so I was also able to basically extend the farms as much as I can, and here's me filling a water bucket. On day 16, I made the classic Haven and to-do board, just a list of things I want to do before the 100 days is done. There's only like 3 or 4 things on it, but by the pace I'm currently going, that'll probably take me 200 days. On day 17, I started having a look around for oxide daisies, like I say. They give 1.5 hearts of regeneration, so if I can get a few of them, I don't have to worry about getting gold in caves. And then on day 18, the one thing I decided, whenever I do a Minecraft video, the one thing I'm always terrible at, other than the building, and the surviving, and the, you know what, that's not important. The most annoying thing I have to deal with is just having a bunch of chests unorganized all over the place. So I decided to make a storage shack. The simple goal of this is just to have a bunch of chests all labeled and actually organize the stuff that I actually have. I'm sure there's a few people after watching my last videos who are very happy to hear that news. And then on day 19, well, watch me be a parkour god. Levio. Nope. Nope. Oh, nope. Really? Really? Thank you. It only took 6 attempts. And by the end of day 20, I was able to finally finish up the storage room, started setting up the chests. The goal is to get a bunch of item frames just to pop on the chest, just so I know exactly where everything will go. On day 21, I decided to do another bit of a caving trip. I mainly just strip mined this time. I decided it wasn't worth going in the caves. And I pretty much just did that until day 23. From the strip mine, I was able to find another 4 gold, which really wasn't that impressive. Did get another 14 diamonds though. This is the only time where I feel like diamonds are not as important as gold, but I mean, I'm not going to turn down a free batch of diamonds. I realized things were a bit cramped on day 24 because the wall that I made was, well, it wasn't really that big. So I decided to get some more cobblestone walls, make the place a bit bigger, actually tripled the size of it overall. So whenever I want to make some additional buildings and stuff, it's not like I'm going to run out of space anytime soon. Even if I was, I guess I could just extend the wall again. I also covered the extra pieces of water just so nothing can stay in there when the sun's up. On day 27, I just basically expanded the farms that I needed to. The animal pen was looking a bit full, and I'm pretty sure if PETA stopped by, I'd be in a lot of trouble. I also replanted all the crops on my plant farm. I think it's safe to say at this point I'm not going to die to any food related issues. I have enough to feed a small village at this point. I wasn't actually planning on going to the Nether any time within the first 50 days because there was a few other things I wanted to do, but I decided to see what my spawn would be like. So on day 28, I poked my head into the nether, had a quick run around where I was able to find a fortress. The best thing I actually found was a saddle. It saves me running around the overworld looking for villagers or whatever to get one, though admittedly I did get a little bit greedy and wanted some blaze rods and lost half my health. I think for the time being I'm just going to avoid the nether. I'm definitely not in a situation where I'd be able to survive in there for too long. After some casual cow slaughter on day 29, I had enough item frames to actually cover the chest that I had, until I accidentally performed a magic trick, that is. Brag I've ever seen in my entire life. Wait, what? Huh? What? Where did that item frame go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? Oh, okay. And once I got all that sorted, I started to organize all the chests, actually be able to keep track of where everything is, and that's pretty much what I did for the entirety of day 30. On day 31, I realized that the oxide daisies I had were basically non-existent, so I tried to bone meal the floor, but as you can tell by the footage, I really wasn't getting that many. So I needed a backup plan. If not, I'm gonna have to rely on golden apples again, and I'd rather not stay in the cave too long. On day 32, I decided it was time for me to make my level 30 enchanter. The only problem was that any adult cow that I had was kind of a little bit dead. I used all the leather for item frames and kind of forgot about the bookshelf, so I decided to have a bit of a run around my general vicinity just so I could find some additional leather. I was actually able to get enough, and on day 33 I decided to go back cave just to get some more levels. That lasted all the way until day 34 where I finished with 11 more diamonds and 46 more gold. I was honestly covered for healing, but then I got very lucky and found Minecraft's most useless biome, the flower forest. Like seriously, has anyone ever been like, oh cool, a flower forest before? But flower forest had a lot of oxide daisies. I am never going to struggle for healing again, at least not for the next 100 days or so. And once I got back on day 35, I was able to finally make my level 30 enchanter. With the levels, I'll just be able to enchant pretty much whatever I want. I was able to make a friend on day 36, so whilst I was just, farting around my house the usual, an enderman popped in with a flower. I think we all knew that this meant he wanted to be my friend, so I decided to trap him in a boat. That's what you do with friends, right? I also asked my chat what name I should give him, so, ladies and gentlemen, meet Sir Pogs-a-lot. The hilarious thing about having a friend is that I wasn't able to sleep in my house anymore. Because the enemy was so close, obviously it was triggering the message that I couldn't sleep because there was monsters nearby, and he was never going to despawn because I, gave him the name. And so I had two options. I could either A, move Sir Pogs-a-lot out the house and just go to sleep, or B, sacrifice my house so Sir Pogs-a-lot has his own house. I'm sure this little crater will be comfy for the next few days. It took me 37 days, but I was finally able to do my first level 30 enchant. The goal was to get a unbreaking free efficiency 4 diamond pickaxe just as a work pickaxe. Pretty much so I could dig out whatever I want without having to waste any fortune or silk touch. And of course that's not what happened. Here's my first silk touch pickaxe. Yes, I said first. And I didn't have enough levels to do another enchantment, so I went back in the cave to get some more levels. When I came back up on day 38, I decided it'd be better to do a level 30 on a sword rather than a pickaxe. And I was lucky enough to get sharpness 3, unbreaking 3, and knockback 2. I'm pretty happy with this sword. Knockback isn't my favorite thing in the world, but I'm not going to complain. I went back caving on day 39 for some more levels when the zombie swarm started. That's the only interesting thing I can say about this caving trip. It was on day 40 that I was able to come back up though and enchant another level 30 diamond pickaxe. I only got Fortune 2 on it. Isn't that wonderful? And then on day 41, I decided to do a little bit of maintenance work, let's say. Just made the mini bridge to the farm. I added some extra light to my base, and then just made a little opening so I can actually get in and out of the wall. Overall, for a nice little grassy plains, I was actually kind of falling in love with this base. Don't get me wrong, the buildings suck, and there's a massive ocean in one of the directions, but maybe one day I can turn this into something really cool. On day 42, I decided that I was done roughing it. I decided to make a new house. It was another really simple house just so I can sleep in, and I actually liked it until someone in my chat pointed out how it looked a lot like a cow head. I didn't see it at first, but now, yeah. I also made the small mistake of accidentally putting it too close to the wall, so I can't sleep in there unless there's no mobs around. I'm gonna have to extend the wall again. That only cost all of day 43, no biggie, I'm not angry. One of my goals when I was doing this 100 days is I wanted to make a huge map, just so I could see the surrounding area, pretty much. And that's what I did on day 44. I made a map as big as I can. Plan is to clear up the map by the end of the 100 days, just so I can see the general area of where I've been living in. And so between day 44 and day 46, I was running around the map just trying to clear it up. I didn't realize how long this was actually going to take, but I've started it now. I'm not going to quit after 2 full days. On day 47, I decided to go for some more diamonds since I'm pretty much using all my diamonds with all the pickaxes and swords I've enchants. And I was able to get 16 diamonds from the Silk Touch. When I came back on day 49, thanks to the Fortune 2 pickaxe, I was able to turn those 16 diamonds into 26. That's definitely going to cover a pickaxe or two, at least for the time being. I also decided that the village close to my base was unfortunately a bit too far away to start setting up a village trader. So I thought, let's just move the villages to my base and set them up their own little underground area. So I was able to put one in a boat, and well, did you guys know you can't boat over tilled grass? Like, when you're in tilled grass, you can't go over a grass block. That is Minecraft's most useless bit of information, but I know that because of the stupidest of reasons. I actually had to come back on day 50 to get the villages because I just had so much issue with the grass. I even had to make a mini man-made lake just so I can boat them to my base. But when I got one back, it was quite easy to get a second one back, so I wasn't too worried about that. I got them in a little underground area on day 51, just needed some beds, so I actually started to make a sheep farm as well. I'm going to have a full sheep farm and a full villager farm set up in the next couple of days, and I couldn't be happier about it. Well, if I could get the villagers into this little underground area at least. Get in the, come on. Don't you dare go in my bed. You get I'm gonna murder every villager. I'm gonna murder them all. I'm gonna murder them all. He's still in my freaking bed. On day 52, I just did a lot of grinding. So my goal was to make a nice, basically underground box, just so I could breed the villagers, keep track of them, make sure no mobs can get to them. And so between day 52 and day 57, I dug out this huge area. The plan is to make it look a lot nicer than it currently is, but that's Future Haven's problem. Admittedly, it does look a bit dungeony, but I'll get to work on that soonish just to, make it a little more pretty. I'm going to be honest with you, on day 58, the only note that I put is Enderman got a chicken in his boat. So 58 was a productive day. And then on day 59, I started to put a little more nice flooring in for the villagers, just so they don't feel entirely imprisoned, let's say. And I kept working on it all the way through until day 60. Added some cobblestone paths, some trees, some farms. Maybe they'll actually not think of it as a prison and more of a home. Here's hoping, at least. On day 62, I decided it was time to go back in the Nether. I felt so much more prepared. I had full health, all the healing, full diamonds. I was ready to go. Like, you think the Nether is an incredibly good concept? Oh, I don't know what that was. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ow. Ow! Oh my god. That didn't call me off guard and I nearly died. I'm literally on full hearts. Yeah, I think I'm going to avoid the Nether for the time being. I think that's probably the best thing to do. On day 63, I decided to get back to the map job. Just wanted, again, clear it up. And I pretty much just ran around the map until day 67 until I came back to my base, where I finished up the flooring for the villager breeder. On day 69... nice. I just made a bed area for the villagers. Pretty much spent my entire day doing that. I started day 70 with a Pro MLG water bucket. I decided to go back into the Nether looking for a fortress. Again, you see the original fortress that I found all the way back on day 28, I believe it was. I couldn't find it again. Like, I probably should have marked down the coords of that fortress. I've only been playing Minecraft for over 10 years. Not like I should know that automatically. Whilst I was running around my base as well, I started seeing cats popping up and I decided I needed a cat army. Got a couple of fish, and when I went looking for the cats again, they were just gone. They were just vanished. I have no idea what happened to these cats. Like, I ran around all of my base and even outside the base, and the cat was just gone. It's kind of impressive the cat disappeared. However, I knew there would be some cats back at the village that I stole the villagers from, so I popped over there and took a cat or two from them. The plan was to really make a cat army, let's say. I mean, remember in the 100 Days Hunted video when I had the pack? I called them the pack. Well, the name of a group of wolves is a pack, and the name of a group of cats is a clouder. So from this point onwards, I will call my group of cats the clouder. I call him the Clouder. Yes, I'm doing the joke again. I don't care. On day 73, I started putting the necessary blocks down to make villagers able to trade. The plan was to get one mastered villager of every type of villager. I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't fully successful with that because I didn't know all the stuff needed, but I will work on that throughout the next days or so and hopefully be able to get them, not by the end of the 100 days, but if I ever do 200 days, we'll have it ready by then. On day 74, I realized that the villager area was completely full, so I made a new couple of beds, extended the bed area so I can get an extra 5 or 6 villagers on there. And on day 75, I started my trading. Carrots, wheat, sticks, pretty much just getting as much emeralds as I possibly could. On day 77, I decided it was time for me to get a horse. So I made this nice little stable just for the horse. I also kind of forgot that I had text-to-speech on whilst I was streaming and learned the hard way. There we go.
Lol, here it comes. Ah ha 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 ha
Yep.
ha ha ha.
So it's coming. Well, I appreciate the £3. I'm trying to decide if that was worth the £3 that I've got. I was able to get a horse on day 78 and brought him back home to his little stable. On day 79, I wanted to get some more levels, so it was straight back to strip mining. And then on day 80, I came back up for another level 30 enchanter on a pickaxe. But if you can sort of guess the trend of me enchanting diamond pickaxes, here's my second silk touch pickaxe. I'm only slightly annoyed. On day 81, we went back in the mine, swinging our pickaxe from side to side, and then a cave spider poisoned us. I should really avoid mine shafts in ultra hardcore modes. Them and witches, not a fun combo with ultra hardcore, let's just say that. 5th time's the charm on day 82. I decided it was time to enchant another diamond pickaxe. I got silk touch again. Guys, I got silk touch again. I pretty much gave up on the whole getting a work pickaxe venture and decided to go back into the nether on day 83. Of course, after a little heal job, that is. And I spent over 20 minutes looking for a new fortress. Like I say, I have no idea where the original one was. Even when I watched the VOD back, I couldn't figure out where it was. But I was able to find a second fortress. And this time I did the smart thing of marking down the coordinates. That totally wouldn't have saved me over 30 minutes of work. You know, the usual. Now that I had the coordinates of the fortress, I made a plan of getting a new nether portal at the fortress. So on day 85, I got some obsidian to make that portal from the overworld and headed directly back to the fortress. Unfortunately, a mixture of bad luck and stupidity really ruined my day here. So first things first, my diamond pickaxe broke. It wasn't like an important pickaxe, so it's not the worst thing in the world, until I misplaced the obsidian and have to go back for another time to get some. It totally didn't take until the end of day 86 to get a new pickaxe, get some more obsidian, go back to the nether fortress and fix the portal. Problem is, when I finally made that portal and I popped into the overworld, I am so far away from my other portal that I'm sort of deciding if it's worth having this portal. At least I got a bunch of levels by doing that, so on day 87 I decided, hey, let's enchant a diamond pickaxe. I'm sure it's about time I get that work pickaxe. That was efficiency 4. We're at the end of this 100 days. Let's at least finish off the map even if we don't get our work pickaxe. And so I spent the next 3 days finishing off the map. But I mean, to be fair, looking at it, I think it kind of looks cool. I'm kind of glad that I did it. Sure, it took about 2 hours to do, but it's not like I don't have a bunch of spare time in this world. On day 91, I decided to go back caving simply because I wanted some level. The thought process is I've pretty much done everything I want to do in the first 100 days. I've made a mini base, got full enchanted diamond armor. Pretty happy with the way everything has turned out. And so I thought, if I do end up doing 200 days in this world, I sort of want to set up for the long term. And so I wanted to get a looting sword. Helps me with endermen, it would help me with wither skeletons, it would help me with a lot of mobs. By the time I got back on day 93, I was able to enchant 2 diamond swords. And unlike the pickaxes, my enchants on the diamond swords are everything I want it to be. And I was able to use the 33 levels I got. And I finished with a sharpness 4, looting 2, knockback 2, unbreaking 3 diamond sword. One day I will up this to a netherite sword, but right now I am in love with this sword. I decided if I'm going to fish, then I'm going to make a dock. You can't fish without a dock, am I right, boys? You see, the only thing I really wanted to do was, I wanted to make the pack. I called them the pack. But of course I didn't ever have the chance to get wolves. And so I decided, I want to make a clouder. I called them the clouder. And so I spent day 94 and day 95 simply fishing. After a couple of breeds, I am really starting my cat army. I'm gonna love using this joke throughout the series. So we're pretty much at the end of this 100-day adventure. You know, as long as I don't really do anything stupid right now, maybe I go fishing, maybe I can go a little bit of caving again, maybe I can just extend the farm even more. Or I could do this really smart thing where I make a super long nether bridge pillaring over lava. At the time, I'm like, whatever. But if I died on day 99 whilst doing this, I would have never forgiven myself. Like, it's so stupid that I decided to do this at the end. The plan was to link the fortress that I found all the way till my original nether portal. And though it's not a full amazing tunnel, there is like an actual path there straight away that I will work on over time. Actually make it a super safe tunnel to go through. And that was it. On day 100, I did nothing. I was done. So it may have taken 3 attempts. Yes, I died without showing you. I'm not going to show you, don't ask. But I survived 100 days in ultra hardcore Minecraft and I did it relatively easily. There was a few times where I nearly died, but overall, I'm not too worried. And I pretty much have nothing else to say. I thank you guys so much for watching. All I can really say at the end is please, if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. I mean, I'm very close to 30k. I plan on doing an AMA for 30k. I should be there by, hopefully, the end of the year. That gives me a lot of time to do so, and the way I'm currently going, I would get there by the end of the year, but if I can get there sooner, I'm not going to complain. I really thank you guys for watching. If you want 200 days, please let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely consider it, and I hope you guys all have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.